And to lead it off here for Florida is Castillo, batting 275 with no homers and 3 RBIs. Curt Schilling's fourth appearance, fourth start of the year, 1-1 with a 2.45 ERA. Here's the pitch to Luis as 007 joins us. Check out his great channel. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Finley. That'll be out number one up and one down here in the first. And Chris comes to the plate, batting 359, off to a great start with no homers and 4 RBI. And that's going to be against a righty of 15 and a 9. And that's going to be a base hit. Chris keeps on a hitting. So he's aboard here with a 1-out single. That brings up Ramirez, and Hanley is batting 306. He's got 5 homers and 15 RBIs with a runner down at first. And that ball is 2-0 pitch coming now. Ramirez do something with the 2-0 pitch, and that's going to be ground ball down the drill. Taylor made double play, 6-4-3. Pitcher's best friend gets him out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Marlins nothing. Diamondbacks coming to the plate with Upton, Escobar, and Goldsmith. See the team comparison. Florida's at 5-12 with 79 runs scored, 16 homers, 5 stolen bases, been caught 3 times. Arizona's at 500. They're 9-9. They've scored 85 runs on 35 homers, stolen 3 bases, been caught once. You got Upton, Escobar, and Goldsmith due up here in the bottom of the first against PAVANO. Carl's making his 4th start of the year. He's 1-0 with a 2.05 ERA. Here's Justin, and he gets a hold of this, smashes that the other way down the first base line, and he's got himself a leadoff double. So the Diamondbacks are in business right away with a runner at second. Nobody out for Escobar, and Escobar's only hitting 100, but he's got 2 homers and 3 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, and all of a sudden the Diamondbacks are lighting it up here in the bottom of the first. That ball is high, that ball is far, and that ball is off the wall. Escobar just missed a homer as Carl keeps it out of the sweet spot. That ball was hit in the left field. If he could have pulled it just a little bit. And it's a 1-0 Diamondbacks lead, and now you got a runner down at second. And still nobody out, and Poe Goldsmith up. And Goldsmith batting 258 with 5 homers and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball, a 23 and a 7. And that's going to be out at first. The runner's going to get the third. So that'll be a 4-3 put out. And they're going to play back, try not to give up a big inning here. They'll give out the run for an out. Gonzalez, he is batting 230 on the year with 6 homers and 14 RBIs. And that's going to be a team 7, 9, 13, 21, 28, 32, 3, 6, 7. And that's going to be a rare play, a 56 and a 40 with a runner at second, runner at third rather. Let's see, I had the wrong board there. So what's a 40? The runner on third. And that's going to be a wild pitch. Don't have to go to the rare play. And just like that, it's now 2-0. And Gonzalez is up now with nobody on, and a 1-0 count in a 2-0 ball game. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ramirez. He fires over the first. There's 2 outs now. And Steve Finley, who had a hell of a game his last time, he's batting 254. He's got 6 homers now and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a deep fly ball as Zona goes back, makes the catch. That'll end the inning, but the Diamondbacks score 2, take a 2-0 lead into the top of the second. We got Sheffield due up, followed by Zona and Bohr. And Gary batting 129 with 4 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Upton says he's got it and does. And there's one down. And Zona comes up, and Marcel's batting 308. He's got 2 homers and 10 RBIs on the year. And he gets a hold of this. He keeps up the nice hitting here early in the year. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So a 1-out double by the Marlins. And they got the tying run coming to the plate, Justin Bohr. And Justin is batting .059. He is 2 for 34. One of those 2 hits was a homer. He's got 2 RBIs. Can Justin do something here? And that's going to be a swing and nope, that's a pop up down the second. That'll be out number 2. And Martin Prado comes to the plate. And Prado is batting .219. No homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Escobar's up with it. Fires over to first, and that'll end the inning. And the Marlins strand 1 to the bottom of the second we go. You got Drew, Montero, and Lamb due up. Drew batting 175, no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ramirez. He's up with it, fires over to first for out number 1. And Miguel Montero comes up, batting 195, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. 2 up and 2 down here in the second. As Carl looks like he's settled down. Jake Lamb comes up batting .216 with a homer and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be against a righty. 12 and a 9. And that's going to be a nice play down there by Martin at third. Fires over to first. And that's a 1-2-3 bottom of the second. We go to the top of the second. It's 2-0. Arizona, JT, then Pavano, and Luis due up here. JT batting .219 with no homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play. 51 and a 38. And that's going to be hit out to center field. Finley's out there. And a 43 and a 3 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a nice catch out there by Finley to take a hit away. 1 up and 1 down. Now Carl comes to the plate. He's 0 for 7 on the year. We're looking for his first hit. And here's the pitch to Pavano. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And Paul Goldsmith fields it cleanly. Calls off CURT. And that'll be out number 2. And now we're back to the top of the order. You see the Florida Marlins upcoming schedule. They got one more game here in Arizona. Then they fly back home to take on the Rockies for 3 games. And then these Arizona Diamondbacks come to town after a 3-game series with the Rockies. Luis is up. He's 0 for 1 today. 2 outs and nobody on. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out to Upton. And that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 goes the Marlins. To the bottom of the third we go. You got Schilling due up, and then we're back to the top with Upton and Escobar. Schilling's 0 for 8 on the year. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Sheffield. He makes the catch for out number 1. And Justin comes up, and he doubled and came around the score back in the first. And that's going to be another base on balls. So again, the lead off, well, gets on. Escobar's up. He doubled and drove in up in his first time up. And here's the pitch to Escobar. And that's going to be a 62. That'll might be fielding column 3. Nope, that's fielding column 2. That's going to be a strikeout. Escobar strikes out. And there's 2 down. And Paul Goldsmith comes up. 0 for 1 today. Grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Sheffield. And the Diamondbacks strand 1 to the top of the 4th. We go. Arizona 2. Florida nothing. You got Culligan, Ramirez, and Sheffield. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Chris 1 for 1 today. And he gets a hold of this one again. Chris is on fire. And that's going to be a base hit in the deep left center field. Nobody gets to it. And Chris is going to run for a while. And he's got himself a lead-off triple, folks. And the Diamondbacks will play back here, trying not to give up a big inning. They're up by 2. Ramirez is 0 for 1, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden, CURT's struggling here in the 4th after breezing through the first 3 innings. Now you got 1st and 3rd. Again, they'll play back, try to get the double play. Stay out of a big inning. Sheffield's 0 for 1 today. That's going to be a 15. That's going to be a single in the center field. That'll score 1. Will Ramirez get down the 3rd is the question. With nobody out, I think he'll stay put. So that'll be a 39. Yeah, he's going to stay put. Got the big boy still coming up. So that's a single in the center field. Cuts the lead to half. It's 2 to 1. Still nobody out. Schilling here desperately needs that double play ball now. Arizona's up. He doubled his first time up. And he's going to hit this ball hard again, folks. Schilling can't get an out here. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. That's a 3-run shut by Arizona, and it is now a 4-2 ball game, just like that. Schilling had a 2-0 lead in the opponent. Still nobody out. They go out and talk to him. Tell him just to get the mounts here. So CURT now trailing 4-2. Justin Bohr 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a rare play, a 42 and a 41. $26. The team is a 7, 9, 12, 20, 27, 32, 5, 8, 40. And that's going to be a long fly in the left field. He makes the catch out there. Nice play by Luis. And there's 1 down. Justin gave out one a ride at the wall. Gonzalez hits the wall, makes the catch, hangs on to it. And now we got 1 down. Martin to the plate. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the drill. And that home run might have been a rally killer here. And now JT's up. He's 0 for 1. He flew out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Finley. So after the homer, CURT settles down. But It is now a 4-2 ball game. As we go to the bottom of the fourth, you got Gonzalez, Finley, and Drew due up here. And Luis is 0 for 1. Grounded out his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden, Carl must not like having the lead. That brings up the tying run to the plate. And Finley's 0 for 1 today. Can he keep this merry-go-round going for the Marlins? That's a swing and a miss. Carl strikes him out. And that's only the second strikeout by Carl today. And Drew grabs the bat. He's 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. 1 down, a runner on. And that's a tailor-made double play down to Luis. 4-6-3 double play. And that'll get him out of the inning. And to the top of the fifth we go. 4-2 Florida. Carl lead it off here, followed by Castilla and Culligan. And Carl, he's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That's Schilling's first strikeout of the game. CURT with 1 strikeout now. Luis comes up. 0 for 2. He's flown out the right field and center field. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Finley. And there's 2 down. And Christopher comes up, batting 2 for 2 with a triple and a single in this game. And that's going to be well hit. Chris is, like I say, on fire, folks. He is on fire. And that's going to be a double in the right field. He is hitting the ball hard every time up. Now he got a 2-out double. And up to the plate is Ramirez. He's 0 for 1 today. He did walk and come around to score his last time up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Forget about it, folks. It's going. And the route is on. It's 6-2. Schilling has been shellacked in 3 innings. He has now given up 6 runs in the last 2 innings. 2 outs, nobody on for Gary Sheffield. 1 for 2 with an RBI single his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Schilling looks frustrated out there big time. Azona comes to the plate with 2 outs, a runner at first. He's 2 for 2. He's doubled and homered and drove in 3 runs today. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be an 8. Yep. And that's going to be a base hit. Line drive base hit in the left field. Let's see here if Sheffield's going to make it down to third. With 2 outs, I doubt it. $22. He got up. Nope, he's going to stop at second. Going to stop at second. And Justin's up. First and second, 2 outs in a 6-2 game. CURT is out there just shaking his head. They want to see if he can get through this inning and pitch hit for him in the bottom of the. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 31 and a 3. 31 and a 3. And that'll be column number 2. And they'll go to short way the second. 5-4 put out. But 2 more runs score on the homer. And it's a 6-2 game as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Got Montero, Lamb, and a pitch hitter for Schilling. And Miguel is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Prado for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the 5th. And Lamb comes up. He's 0 for 1 today. And he gets a hold of this. He turns on this one, drives that down the first base line. That's going to be a double. So 1 out double by Lamb. Like I say, that'll be it for Schilling. He only goes 5 innings, gives up 6 runs on 8 hits. See who's going to come off the bench here against Carl. And Martera going to come off the bench. He'll bat from the left side here. Marte batting .231 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden, Carl's walking himself into a mess here. Up by 4. And Upton's up. And can Upton make this a ball game again? He's 1 for 1. He has doubled and walked. Came around the score back in the first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Carl. Now there's 2 outs. Can Escobar do something here with first and second? And 2 outs. Escobar is 1 for 2 with an RBI double. He did strike out his last time up against Carl. And that's going to be a 15. That's going to be a single in the left field. And that's going to score the runner from second. And Marte's going to get the third. So an RBI single. And there's first and third. And the Diamondbacks trying to get right back in this game. And Paul Goldsmith, one swing of the bat, could tie this game up. Time runs at the plate. And that's a swing and a miss. Carl strikes him out. And the Diamondbacks score 1, make it a 6-3 game as we go to the top of the 6th. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch now for the Diamondbacks. And looks like Jose Valderverde's going to come out here and pitch. Try to keep it a 3-run game. It's going to have the bottom third of the order due up here. And there's Jose. And this is Jose's 6th appearance. He's 1-0 with a 1.12 ERA. He's got Prado, JT, and Carl due up here. Martin's 0 for 2 today, grounded out both times. And that's going to be a ground ball down the lamb. He fires over to first. There's 1 down. And JT comes up. He's 0 for 2, flown out to Finley both times. And not this time. He gets a hold of this one, JT does. See where this lands at. And that ball is driven down the third baseline. Lamb makes a nice play, but he gets up, holds on to it. That's going to be an infield hit. JT gets a hit here with 1 out. And that brings up Carl. He's going to try to bunt JT down the second, try to get an insurance run here. Here's the pitch to PAVANO. And that's going to be a nice bunt down the first base. And Goldsmith's up with it. He throws over to first with Escobar covering, but the runner will get down the second. And now there's 2 outs. And Luis Castilla comes up. He's 0 for 3. He's flown out to center and right field. And that's going to be hit out the left field. And Gonzalez says he has it and does. And JT gets stranded at second. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Gonzalez due up here, followed by Finley and Drew. And Gonzalez is 0 for 1. He did walk his last time up. And that's going to be another base on balls. And Carl, they're going to have a shorter leash this inning here. Steve Finley comes up. He's 0 for 2. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Sheffield and right. There's 1 down. Mr. Drew comes to the plate, and he's 0 for 2. He grounded out to short both times. The last time was a 6-4-3 double play. And that's going to be against a 13. The runner down at first. And that's going to be a base hit. Drew gets a board here. And now you got first and second. And Miguel's up. Can Montero do something here? One swing and a bat, and this ball game's tied. That'll get the bullpen up for the Marlins. And AJ's up, ready, getting ready. Miguel is 0 for 2 today. One out. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch to Miguel. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike. What can Miguel do now? Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a 14. And that's going to be another hit. And that feels the base is a little Baltimore chopper. And just like that, bases are full. And Jacob Lamb's up. They're going to play back for the double play. Trying to get out of this mess with nobody scoring. Lamb is 1 for 2. He doubled and came around the score his last time up. And he gets a hold of this, folks. That ball is hit hard. Let's see where this one ends up at a 12. And that's going to be a double in the right field. That'll score 2. Can Montero score from first? That is the question. And that'll be a 53. And there go. You got the pitcher spot coming up, so a 26. They're sending him. Want to try to tie this game up a 52 or lower. Miguel scores here. And he's in there. That's a 3 RBI double by Lamb. And it's a tie ball game, folks. And just like that, it's 6-6. And that'll be it for Carl. I'm going to take him out. And AJ's coming in. Trying to keep this a tie ball game as Carl can't get out of this 6th inning. Let's see who's going to pitch hit here for Jose now. With a runner down at second. And Mr. Jackson's going to come off the bench. See if he can do something here. In a 6-6 game. Connor Jackson comes to the plate. Runner down at second. 1 out. And a 6-6 ball game. This is AJ's 7th appearance. He's got no wins, 1 loss, and a save with a 5.4 ERA. Lamb down at second isn't his responsibility. Jackson's batting 167, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. And that'll be out number 2. And now it's up to Upton to try to get the go-ahead run in. And Upton is 1 for 2. He has doubled, walked, and struck out his last time up. And he nails this one, folks. Let's see where this one ends up at. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Hit that one hard. Let's see here. With 2 outs. 1. That'll be a 52. 52, 15, 34, and that'll be a 64 or lower. He scores, and he's in there. So that's a RBI single by Upton, and that gives the Diamondbacks the 1-run lead. Now Upton's down at first. Let's see, is he going to try to steal? I think he's going to try to get in scoring position here. That'll be a 25, 51 or lower. And he's in there at second. So Upton steals second, gets in the scoring position. And Escobar's up now with a runner down at second. 2 outs. He's 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs. He had a single and drove in a run his last time up. And that's going to be a 52 and a 7. It's probably fielding column 3. And it is. And that'll be a fly ball out in the shallow center field. And that'll end the inning. But the Diamondbacks scored 4. Make this a 7-6 ball game. So we go to the top of the 7th. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch. Kim's going to come out here and pitch. Try to get through the 7th. Maybe the 8th inning. And this is Kim's 7th appearance. He's 1-1 with a 2 ERA. He's got the 2-3-4 hitters due up here. Culligan, Ramirez, and Sheffield. And Chris is having a hell of a game. He is 3 for 3. He's got a double, a triple, and a single. He is a home run away from the cycle, folks. A home run would tie this game up. Can Chris do it here? And that's going to be against the righty in 19. And they're finally going to get him out. It's a ground ball back to Kim. He fields it cleanly over to first for out number 1. And now Ramirez comes up. And Hanley's 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer his last time up. And he's done it again, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Hanley Ramirez has just tied this ball game up. And it's now a 7-7 ball game. Nice job there by Hanley Ramirez. And now Gary Sheffield's up. He's 1 for 2. He has an RBI in this game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Kim settles down, strikes out Gary. Arizona comes up now. He's 3 for 3. He's got a double, a homer, and 3 RBI. Homer it was. Here's the pitch to Arizona. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So after giving up the homer, Kim strikes out the next 2. But we go to the 7th inning stretch. It's a 7-7 ball game. Got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here for Arizona against AJ, Goldsmith, Gonzalez, and Finley. Goldsmith is 0 for 3, struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. So the go-ahead runs down at first. And the Gonzo's up. Luis is 0 for 1. He has walked twice. Here's the pitch. He came around the score the last time he walked. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Ramos strikes him out for out number 1, his first strikeout of the game. And up to the plate now steps Steve Finley. He's 0 for 3. He's flown out and struck out. And not this time, folks. That ball is hit hard. 19. That ball is hit in the left center field. He goes the other way with it, hits it over Chris's head. And Steve's going to run for a while. And that brown-eyed, handsome man's in there at third with a triple. And it is now an 8-6 game. That's going to force the Marlins to bring the infield in with a runner on third. And Drew's up. He's 1 for 3. Singled and came around to score his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout by AJ. Now there's 2 outs. A runner still down at third. And Montero, he's 1 for 3. He singled and came around to score back in the 6th. And that's going to be a 52 and a 2. That's probably fielding column 2. And it is. That's a line drive right back at AJ. He makes the catch. That'll end the inning. But the triple, RBI triple by Finley, gives the Diamondbacks the lead back. We go to the top of the 8th. It's an 8-7 game. Let's see here. They got a lefty, righty, and a righty due up. They got no lefties in the bullpen. They're going to let Kim try to get through this inning. You got Bohr, Prado, and JT due up here. Justin, he's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch from Kim. And that's going to be a ground ball down the lamb. He fires over to Paul for out number 1. And Justin Bohr comes up. And that was Justin Bohr. And now Prado comes up. Sorry about that. Prado comes up. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Kim strikes him out. And there's 2 down. And now it's up to JT to keep this inning alive. He's 1 for 3. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short, I believe. Yep, down the short. That'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is an 8-7 game. And that's going to be it for AJ. And let's see here. You got the lefty. Probably lefty. So they're going to bring in, Dunn's going to come in here and pitch the 8th inning. They're not going to do a double switch. So Dunn's going to come in. There's a lefty, and that'll keep the lefties off the bench from coming in. So where's Mr. Dunn? Dun. First, you need to get the right team. This is Arizona. That's why you don't see dun. And there's Mike Dunn. And this is Dunn's 8th appearance. He's 2-1 with a 6.1 ERA. He'll be facing Lamb, a pitch hitter for Kim, and then Upton. And Jake is 2 for 3, 2 doubles, and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Shetfield's got it measured, makes the catch. 1 down. Pitch hitter here for Kim. Let's see who's going to come off the bench against the lefty. And Mr. Burns is going to come off the bench. Eric Burns comes off the bench. And you can see the team comparisons. The Marlins are batting .223 with a .290 on base percentage, slugging .381 with a .671 OPS. Arizona's only batting .196 with a .279 on base percentage, slugging .314 with a .593 OPS. Eric Burns comes up to the plate batting .250, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So he gets on base here with a 1-out walk. So Burnsy down at first. Upton's up now. And Upton is 2 for 3, a double, an RBI, and a stolen base, and came around the score. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Dunn strikes him out for out number 2. And now Escobar is up. And Escobar is 2 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center. And that'll do it. And we go to the top of the 9th. It's a 1-run game, 8-7, Arizona. And now have Bradley come in the game. He'll have pitch hitter for Dunn, and then back to the top of the order. So Archie's coming in the game. Wait a second. Do they want to see here? What happened here? So Archie will come in the game here. So Archie comes in the game. His 8th appearance of the year. He's got 3 saves with a 1.86. See if Bradley, the man with 2 first names, can get the job done. That'll be it for Dunn. See who's going to pitch hit here for him. And Gordon's going to try to get aboard here. D. Gordon's going to lead it off. And Gordon is batting .205 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty, a 22 and an 11. That's going to be a base hit. So Gordon hits a Baltimore chop, able to outrun it. He gets aboard here. And now the tying run is down at first. The go-ahead runs at the plate. And Luis Castillo is up. And let's see here. And Gordon's going to try to steal and get down the second. Put the pressure on. And it'll be a 30. So it'll be a 56 or lower. And he's in there, and Escobar, Drew rather, puts the tag on, says he's out, but the ump disagrees, and Gordon is barely safe. Now you got the tying run down at second. Still nobody out. And here's the pitch to Luis. He's 0 for 4. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. That's going to be a single. He knocks the ball down. Gordon's going to get down the third. I'd saved a run probably. But Now you got first and third, still nobody out. And Luis, I think, is going to try to steal here, get down the second so they can't get the double play. So that'll be a 30. What did I say? A 61? 56 or lower. 56 or lower. And he's in there at second. So Miguel can't throw these runners out. Now you got second and third. Nobody out. And Chris is at the plate. And do you walk him to set up the double play? But then they got Ramirez up. He is 3 for 4. He's got a double, a triple. They're going to pitch to Chris. Going to bring the infield in. Time run down at third. Go ahead run at second. Here's the pitch to Chris. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout there by Bradley. Now there's one out. And this is when you walk Ramirez to set up the double play. He's batting .320 on the year. He's 2 for 3 today with 2 homers. And you're going to pitch to Gary Sheffield with the bases loaded and one out. So Gary Sheffield comes up to the plate. Gordon down at third. Castilla down at second. Ramirez at first. Infield still in. Sheffield's 1 for 3. He has an RBI in this game. He did strike out his last time. Can Bradley get out of this mess with nobody scoring? And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 55 and an 8. 55 and an 8. It's going to be fielding 3. They're going to get the runner out at home. So that'll be a 6-2 put out. Bases are still loaded. Now they can play back. Azona's up. He is 3 for 4. He's doubled, homered, and driven in 3 runs. He struck out his last time up. Marlins down to their last out in an 8-7 game. Bases are full. Here we go. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Finley's out there. 35 and a 5. 35 and a 3 should be fielding column 1. And that's going to be a fly ball. Finley makes a nice dive and catch to save the game. Bradley has bases loaded, 1 out, and gets out of this with nobody scoring. And the Diamondbacks hang on to win 8-7. What a game. What a game. Check out the box score here. Sure.